Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Rory. How about yourself?
Really good. Such a pleasure to talk to you.
Likewise, mate.
Um, Off the back of this, I am loving the current vibe from Hollywood, which is essentially eat the rich.
Mhm.
It's like White Lotus, Triangle of Sadness, even Succession. The menu obviously feeds directly into that too. Are you noticing that with the kind of cultural stuff that's coming out of Hollywood, where it's very we're against these rich people
Yeah,
missing everything.
it is having a moment, as they say, isn't it? And I'm a huge fan of like all the projects you just mentioned are just absolutely brilliant. So it's yeah. So apart from if that Eating the Rich is giving us such entertaining, brilliant programming and movies, then I'm all for it. In the case of the menu, I would I didn't intend it to be an Eat the Rich specifically. I think that obviously there's that element to it. It'd be facile to not say that, but to just go straight Eat the Rich would be very low hanging fruit in our case. There's more interesting elements to that, which I suppose has some dovetailing with my approach to the characters in Succession, and that is obviously the system that supports $1,200 to eat a meal is kind of preposterous. That it's a completely fabricated system so that rich people can have something that other people can't. That in itself is ludicrous, but that's self-evident. It doesn't need me to jump up and down about it. What I think is really interesting is to look at the people that live or work in that environment and to explore what need they have to experience that, what ego need they have, why are they like that, and what vulnerabilities are there when you strip that back. And that goes for both Chef Slowick, Ray Fiennes' character, and for all the diners in that room, with the possible exception, of course, of the only sane person in the room, Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Margot. That exploration of people's underlying vulnerabilities, I think, is just a more fun way to enter into that world, and the satirical side of it is almost self-evident.
As I was watching, I was like, which one of these people would I least like to go for dinner with? And it was Nicholas Holt's character. And I think because he was not only like, I could do this, that's like, I can do what he can do because I've got all the equipment. He essentially felt like a super fan, like an outrageous fanboy, where
Exactly.
nothing the other person can do
Mhm.
can ever be wrong.
Yeah.
And again, that feeds so nicely into film criticism and film fan bases. Like, was
Yeah.
that a kind of an obvious parallel for you as well?
Yes, very much so, and a really fun one for me, and it extends beyond that. I see it in myself. I hope that as I do, that people will see a little bit of themselves for whatever their passion is. I'm convinced that I would be the greatest football manager in the world, of course, and my fantasy football score does not reflect that, obviously. But the mad fandom in all of us is illustrated through this, is channeled through Nick quite wonderfully.
Like, is there an actor who you think is Taylor built from the Succession cast that just nails it when it comes to improvisation?
The rock star of it for me, and they're genuinely all brilliant at it, is the one who at the very beginning of the series said, I can't do improv, and turned out to be a absolutely bona fide genius at it, and that's Kieran Culkin. He's absolutely extraordinary. He plays Roman. He's absolutely brilliant at it, and he'll get onto like a boat comes out the water and it starts planing. You just got on this level, and he'll do that. Well, I just want to go again and again and again. And the stuff that's coming out of his mouth, it's just so bloody funny and usually filthy also. Yeah, he's brilliant at it. But they've all got so brilliantly attuned to it. They really have.
Tremendous. Mark, thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks, Rory. Cheers.
This is what you're paying for.
Get out of my way.
It's all part of the menu.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna die tonight.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.